Why did we develop the Swingblade sawmill? It began in the jungles of Fiji, where my dad needed to build a cabin. The timber was there, but the sawmills available were too large, too expensive, and impossible to haul through the bush. So, with nothing but some basic tools and ingenuity, he built his own, by fusing a circular saw with chainsaw components and mounting it to a beam. He created a system that could cut both vertically and horizontally. It was simple, but it worked. That homemade sawmill produced every board for his cabin. In 1986, our family moved to New Zealand. That's when Dad began refining the concept into a commercial product. With the help of a government grant, he built a prototype and demonstrated it to the public. Dozens of farmers turned up at our local show, many standing on tractors just to get a look, to watch this little machine in action. It was affordable, compact, and able to cut clean timber straight from massive logs. That moment marked the beginning of the Swingblade revolution. But we quickly realized the machine had more to offer than just portability, productivity, and price. It introduced a unique cutting method called section sawing, allowing the operator to take shallow, progressive cuts rather than forcing the blade through full-depth cuts in one go. Each pass guided the next, producing straighter, more accurate boards. The saw could cut wide timber faces both horizontally and vertically. It handled dense hardwoods with ease, something bandsaws often struggled with, and made true quarter sawing possible without rotating the log or splitting it into quarters. Bandsaws came with major drawbacks. You had to first square the log, often wasting time and material. Then once slabs were cut, they had to be rehandled and refed to be turned into boards. This double handling was not only time-consuming but labor-intensive. Bandsaws also had trouble holding accuracy when deep cutting through hard, stressed, or knotty timber. 10 years after my dad's prototype, I officially joined the company. I started at the bottom, sweeping floors, welding frames, assembling machines, but quickly fell in love with the concept. I took the mill out on weekends for contract milling and saw its potential firsthand. But one thing stood out. We were still pushing these things by hand. So I started pushing the company to head toward automation. I spent countless hours alone in the workshop developing systems to motorize the process. Eventually, we succeeded. At the time, it was still a twin rail system, but once automated, the Swingblade reached a whole new level. Suddenly, you could start a cut, step away to stack the previous board, and the mill would complete the next board on its own. That was production milling. It meant the saw was always in the cut, even while you were offloading. In contrast, twin blade systems had to complete a full pass, pull the board, return empty, and start again. But there was still one major limitation: the second rail. While it supported the structure, it made access harder. Loading logs and removing timber became awkward, and even with automation, the twin rails could slip unevenly, especially during deep vertical cuts, forcing constant realignment. We needed a cleaner, smarter design. That led us to the T-frame. In 2007, my dad and I set out to reinvent the Swingblade with a single-beam monorail design. The T-frame eliminated the second rail entirely. This simplified automation, opened up 180-degree access to the log, and made everything more efficient. You could step over the end skids, walk around the saw freely, and handle timber without obstacles. All sizing controls were placed at one end, saving time and boosting accuracy. That innovation launched Turbosawmill and set us on a mission to keep pushing boundaries. In this video, you'll note we introduced yet another practical upgrade. We added wheels to the left side of the bottom skid and a handle on the right. Then we lined up multiple logs in a single run. Between logs, we simply grabbed the handle and rolled the entire mill to the next log. In just 12 hours, we milled over 12,000 board feet, averaging 1,000 board feet per hour. But one final challenge remains. While vertical cuts can be taken in a single pass, horizontal cuts need to be taken in smaller sections. We do have a stabilizer which prevents beam sway in deep horizontal cuts, but this device takes time to actuate between variable sizes. Our current mission is to solve this problem, and that's the last pillar of the Swingblade concept we're determined to solve. I believe we've cracked it. Our latest prototype addresses the horizontal instability, allowing wider boards to be cut in a single stable pass without vibration. It's a breakthrough, and one we're excited to share. In the next video, we'll show you exactly how it works, and how it completes the evolution of the Swingblade sawmill.